Welcome back to Adventures with Rosie. Today we're looking at bunk safety and installing some bunk nets in our caravan. Let's get into it. So if you're new here, 10 months ago we had twin girls. I say we, Chelsea did most of the work. And for the past sort of 6 months they've been sleeping side by side in the caravan. But now they've started moving and crawling, we've got a bit of a problem.
Yep, so we have been sleeping in the bunks, Bronson and I, while the babies have had our big bed. But it's time to get some safety up on those bunks and get the girls back in them, I think.
Yeah, we're a bit sick of sleeping in the bunks. We actually put a video out a while ago where Chelsea and I slept in the bunk. I slept in the middle one, she was in the top one. And then Lee from Jayco Christchurch, he's a service manager down there, he messaged us on Facebook and said, why don't you just order some bunk netting? It's a spare part in the Jayco part list for the caravan. So he ordered some, sent it up, and today we're finally getting our bed back. So you may have seen a few videos ago, the girls have been sleeping in this middle bunk here, and we had a bunk rail that we bought, which was good for a while, but it doesn't sort of support their weight once they start climbing and leaning on it. It had a gap either side as well, so it was less than ideal. The top bunk in this caravan does have a sort of safety guard, but I guess it's just really for stop bigger kids rolling out. So our plan is to put a bunk net on this top bunk, a bunk net on this middle bunk, which doesn't actually have any sort of railing at all, and we'll put one of the girls down on this bottom bunk. And it's got a big foam bumper down here to kind of stop them rolling out. This one's super close to the floor down here anyway, so not the end of the world if one of them rolled out. So nice and simple, down the bottom here we have some screw holes in this bit that's doubled over. That's going to get fixed to the bottom of the bed base there and kind of held in by the mattress as well, and a bunch of screws. And then this clip bit will actually get screwed up to the top. So all you do is you clip the rail up and then pull it tight at night. It's probably going to leave a bit of a gap in here. It's not going to go all the way up, but it's going to come up high enough that no baby's going to be able to squeeze their way out of the top, which is the key thing. How do I turn around? In here.
Gotcha. Turn that way. There.
Alright, top clips are all screwed in. We put extra screw in each end, so there's two, just to help with that body weight, but we did screw them into the frame that runs under here, so they're pretty hard to get in, so they should be pretty hard to pull out. Alright, first bunk net in. Very happy with them actually. You can see there's a little bit of a gap up the top, but we tested it out with the girls. Obviously they're not going to fit through that gap. It does kind of encourage them to pull themselves up and look through, but yeah, very happy. It's going to do a good job. We might look at putting a second clip somewhere in the middle maybe in the future, up to here, just to make it even stronger. I did double the screws up. I think I mentioned earlier, I doubled the screws up on the clips on the sides, just for a bit of just a bit of extra anchoring, I guess, if the girls will swing on it. We're going to now install the one up the top, because Harvey is going to start having the top bunk. He's been wanting the top bunk since we've had the caravan, and so we're going to pop a net up there, and that'll be his bunk going forward. So we'll get stuck into that. Top bunk is much the same. The only difference is I'll be screwing those clips up into the roof, I guess, rather than into the frame of the bunk above. I could screw them into the wall here as well. Feels like there's something in there. I'm going to figure it out. There is this curtain track screwed into the roof, so I guess it's okay to screw stuff in. And Harvey's probably not going to be putting the same weight. He's not going to be swinging on that bar, so it's mainly just to stop him rolling in his sleep. So I think it should be fine to screw into the roof. I'm always a bit nervous putting holes and things in a caravan. Well, I kind of changed my mind a bit with this clip. Instead of putting it up into the roof here, I actually just put it around the corner into the wall. I know it's on a bit of an angle now, but I'm not convinced that there's heaps of structure in this roof here to hold that up in place. And also from the front here, it kind of hides it a bit more. So the clip, a little bit harder to get in and out, to unclip, but I think it looks a lot nicer than if I put it up into the roof. I wouldn't want those screws to rip out of this roof material and leave some pretty horrible holes. So, at least if there's holes here, they're out of the way. Right, time to address the other end now, and I think because of this barrier, the only way to put those screws in and that other clip in is to hop in the bunk, unfortunately. So back in the bunk I go. Well, I'm pretty happy with how these turned out. In that top bunk, I put the other clip on the side of the cupboard. There's cupboards down the back there, so rather than fix that clip up to the roof, I just screwed it into the side of the cupboard. Yeah, I'm pretty satisfied. This one's going to be great for Harvey. You kind of have to undo the clips on both ends in order for him to climb down the ladder here. But I don't think that'll be a problem. And probably for the girls, we'll just unclip one side and slide them in when they're asleep. Usually they fall asleep in our arms. We'll slide them into bed, we'll clip them up. So pretty excited. Harvey's going to obviously love being on the top bunk now. He gets to climb on the ladder all the time, which he'll love. The two girls will probably still sleep in the middle bunk here, side by side or head to head. And we're thinking we might turn the bottom bunk into a little bit of a kids play area for the time being. So they can have books and toys and stuff, like a little bit of a chill out area. And then once the girls get big enough for their own beds, put one down the bottom, one in the middle, and Harvey up the top. We have been using this top bunk to date for storage, like spare blankets, the girls' feeding high chairs. I often charge my camera gear up there. I use it as a bit of a workspace, so we won't be able to have that space anymore for that sort of thing. But that's alright. That's what the bunks are designed for, I guess. Thank you for watching. Apologies, it was a little bit hard to film when I was up in those bunks. We had 3 kids running around that were a little bit grizzly as well, but we got the job done. If you're in a similar boat to us and you need some sort of bunk netting in your Jayco Caravan, then give the guys at Jayco Christchurch a call, the Canterbury Caravan Court they are. I'll put all their details in the description, but they can basically order those parts you need, the clips, the actual nets themselves. They can order them from Jayco as a spare part. So get in touch with Lee down there if you're in a similar boat and you need those sort of nets. I think these ones actually come out of one of the Jayco motorhomes, but they fit the Caravans, so they're probably multi-purpose. If you've got any questions at all about the size of them, the length, how long the clips are, all that sort of thing, fire them away in the questions and I'll get back to you ASAP. Well, thank you as always for watching. Now if you're not subscribed to the channel and you'd like to be, then hit that subscribe button down below. Helps the channel out. You get the notifications when videos come out, and yeah, thank you for supporting the channel and supporting our dream, basically. Really appreciate it. One other thing, if you didn't see the last video we did a day in the life. So what a typical day looks like in a caravan, 19-foot caravan, pretty small space with 3 kids. So check that out. We had a lot of fun making that. I'll link that up here or at the end. Also a tour video as well. If you want to check out our caravan in more detail, I'll link the tour video there as well. Thanks for watching. We will see you shortly in the next video.